Hi, everyone, and welcome to Coffee or Tea Podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie. We're so happy you're here today.
This is the show where two friends share completely opposite opinions on everyday topics.
And somehow we're still friends.
Somehow. It's a miracle, honestly.
Today's big question is, should you travel alone or with friends?
Oh, I love this one. This one is personal for me.
Of course it is. You once took a solo trip and got lost for 6 hours.
That was an adventure, Jamie. Not getting lost, an adventure.
You called me from a farm. A farm, Alex.
The farmer was very nice. We had lunch together. That's solo travel magic.
That is either magic or a disaster. I still can't decide.
Okay, listeners, here's what we want you to think about today.
Have you ever traveled alone, or do you always go with friends?
Which one do you prefer? Keep that question in your head as we talk.
And if you haven't decided yet, maybe we'll help you choose.
Or make you more confused. We're good at that too.
Speak for yourself. I always make things clearer. That's my job.
Sure, Jamie. Sure. Okay, who goes first?
You go first. You're the adventurous one after all.
Perfect. I was going to say that anyway. Let's go. Okay, so in my opinion, traveling alone is the best thing you can do for yourself. I know that sounds surprising, but hear me out.
I'm listening.
First reason, when you travel alone, you have total freedom.
Okay.
You wake up when you want, you go where you want.
That does sound nice.
Nobody says, I'm tired, let's go back. Nobody says, I don't like this food.
True.
You make every decision yourself. That feels amazing.
Tell me more.
For example, last year, I went to Thailand alone.
Really?
One morning, I woke up and thought, I want to see a waterfall today.
Okay.
I just went. No planning, no asking anyone. I just went.
That's bold.
And it was the best day of my whole trip. That's the power of solo travel. My second reason is that traveling alone helps you grow as a person.
Interesting.
When something goes wrong, you have to fix it yourself.
Like getting lost on a farm?
Yes, exactly like that.
Okay, go on.
You learn to be confident. You learn to problem solve.
That's a good point.
When I travel with friends, I never have to think hard. Someone else handles things.
That sounds comfortable, though.
Too comfortable. Comfortable doesn't make you grow. Struggling a little? That's what makes you stronger. Solo travel gives you that.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And one more thing, you meet so many more people when you travel alone.
Really? Why?
Because when you're alone, you're open. You look for connection.
That makes sense.
When you travel with friends, you already have your group.
True.
You talk to your friends all day. You don't really talk to strangers.
I never thought about it that way.
But alone, I've met people who became real friends for life.
Wow.
I met a guy in a hostel in Portugal. We still talk every week.
That's actually really lovely.
From my point of view, solo travel gives you freedom, growth, and connection.
Those are 3 strong reasons.
I believe solo travel changes your life in the best possible way.
Big claim. I have a lot to say about that.
I know you do. Go ahead, Jamie.
Okay, I have to disagree with almost everything Alex just said.
Almost everything.
Almost. But in my opinion, traveling with friends is simply better. And I have 3 very good reasons.
Let's hear them.
My first reason is safety. Traveling with friends is much safer.
Okay.
Especially in a new country where you don't know the area. For example, if you get sick, your friend can help you. They can find a doctor.
That's true.
If you lose your bag, someone is there to help you figure out what to do.
Okay.
When you're alone, a small problem can become a big, scary problem.
I see what you mean.
The reason is simple. 2 people are better than 1 in a tough situation.
That's a good point.
For me, knowing someone has my back makes the whole trip more relaxing. My second reason is that shared experiences are more joyful.
Really?
Yes. Imagine you see a beautiful sunset over the ocean.
Okay, I'm imagining.
Alone, it's beautiful. With a friend, it's magical. You look at each other, you laugh, you take a photo together.
Okay.
10 years later, you look at that photo and you both remember that moment.
That is nice, actually.
Compared to a solo trip, a trip with friends gives you memories you share forever.
I hear that.
Happiness is bigger when you share it. That's a fact.
Bold claim.
There's something else, and this is my third reason.
Go ahead.
Traveling with friends is more practical and more affordable.
Tell me more.
You can share a hotel room. That cuts the cost in half.
True.
You can share taxis, meals, and entrance fees for museums.
Okay, fair point.
Solo travelers often pay full price for everything, every single time. Also, friends can help with planning. One person researches the best restaurant.
Okay.
Another person checks the train schedule. You share the work.
I guess that is more efficient.
Personally, I'd say a well-planned trip with friends beats a chaotic solo trip.
Chaotic? My trips aren't chaotic.
Farm, lunch, 6 hours lost. I'm just saying.
Okay.
If you ask me, safety, shared joy, and saving money are 3 very strong reasons.
They are, but I still disagree.
I know you do. That's why we have a rebuttal section.
Okay, Jamie, I want to talk about your safety point first.
Sure, go ahead.
I see your point, but most solo travelers are very careful. They plan ahead.
Do you plan ahead, Alex?
I plan a little.
That's what I thought.
But seriously, technology makes solo travel much safer now.
How do you mean?
You have Google Maps, you have translation apps, you can call anyone instantly.
That's true. However, technology can fail. Phones die, internet disappears.
That's a fair point.
A real human friend next to you never runs out of battery.
Okay, that's a good line.
Thank you. I practiced it.
But I want to push back on your shared memories idea.
Okay, I'm ready.
You said solo moments aren't as good. I'm not sure I agree.
Why not?
When I see something beautiful alone, I feel it more deeply.
Interesting.
I'm not talking, I'm not laughing, I'm just fully there, in the moment.
I see what you mean, but isn't that a little lonely sometimes?
Maybe once in a while, but lonely and alone are different things.
Oh, that's actually a smart thing to say.
I have my moments.
On the other hand, research shows people feel happier sharing good news.
That's true. However, happiness is personal. What works for you isn't for everyone.
Fair enough. That's a good point.
And about money, I want to challenge that too.
Go on.
When you travel with friends, sometimes you spend more because of group pressure. Your friend says, let's try this fancy restaurant. And you say yes, even when it's expensive.
Okay, I know that feeling.
Alone, you eat street food and spend almost nothing, and it's delicious.
I see your point, but you still pay for a single room. That's expensive.
Hostels exist. Dorm rooms are super cheap.
And you share a room with strangers? No, thank you.
Those strangers become friends. That's the whole point.
We are going in circles now.
Ha, maybe. But I think we both agree travel is great, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's something we 100% agree on.
You're right about that. Travel is always worth it.
Solo or with friends. Just go somewhere. That's the real lesson.
Exactly. I think we can agree to disagree on the how.
Yes, maybe we both win this one.
I like that. Okay, should we do the language recap?
Yes, this is my favorite part.
Welcome to the language recap. Let's look at some great phrases from today.
These are phrases you can use in real conversations this week.
First phrase, in my opinion. Alex used this a lot today.
Right. I said, in my opinion, traveling alone is the best thing you can do.
Use this phrase when you want to share your personal view on something.
For example, in my opinion, summer is better than winter. Easy.
Next phrase, I have to disagree. I used this at the start of my section.
It's a polite way to say you think the other person is wrong.
You're not being rude. You're just being honest. I have to disagree with that point.
Try it at work or school this week. It sounds very confident and natural.
Third phrase, I see your point, but. This is a classic polite disagreement phrase.
You show you listened first, then you share your different idea.
For example, I see your point, but I think walking is healthier than driving.
It's respectful and smart. People like hearing this phrase.
Okay, fourth phrase, compared to. This is great for making comparisons.
I said, compared to a solo trip, a group trip gives you shared memories.
You can say, compared to last year, this summer is much hotter.
Simple and very useful for everyday English.
Fifth phrase, the reason is. Use this when you want to explain why.
I said, the reason is simple. 2 people are better than 1.
It helps your listener understand your logic. Very useful in debates.
And last, we can agree to disagree. This is for ending a friendly argument.
It means we see things differently, and that's perfectly okay.
Jamie and I use this one a lot. in the podcast and in real life.
Yes, it keeps our friendship alive.
Okay, listeners, here's your challenge this week.
Try to use at least 2 of these phrases in a real conversation.
Maybe when you talk about weekend plans or food choices with a friend.
And leave us a comment. We love reading what you think.
Today's comment question is, do you prefer traveling alone or with friends?
And why? Tell us your reason. We really want to know.
Next week on Coffee or Tea, we are debating cooking at home versus eating out.
I already know which side I'm taking, and I'm going to win.
You said that last time, too.
And I was right.
We agreed to disagree on that, too. Thanks so much for listening today.
We hope you learned something useful and had a little fun, too.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend who loves English.
Or a friend who loves to travel, alone or with others.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.